Tomorrow I have a meeting to video tour a project with a builder who's working on some backyard cottages. He came on the podcast recently and talked about having something like 14 projects at once in various stages of development. So I'm very excited to see something that's in process and talk about the finances of building homes for a bit. Today I'm working on my project, and no, it's not a backyard cottage, I wish. I'm building an A-frame playhouse on top of my garden shed. You can follow the progress here. We had a ton of rain this last week, so I paused working on it for a bit and painted my living room a nice bright white so that I don't get depressed this winter. But this next week is supposed to be pretty nice before some more rain, so I'm gonna try and get shingles up by Friday, and it's Sunday now.
Flying? Fly like a bird. Ooh, growl like a lion.
Now this is the backyard cottage. Here's the backyard cottage, and then the main house is right there. We've got a little bit of a parking spot. This is a nice spot, good location in Ballard, 750.
Always at the Met, my mom's always like, oh, you guys go out a lot. We don't though, we really don't.
But every time we do,
every time we're in
leverage
Crown Hill,
the social content.
and you do work in Crown Hill a lot. Gotta come to the Met.
Should we get a cookie?
Obviously.
Here's a comment from the YouTube channel that has kind of stuck with me for a couple of weeks. Houses shouldn't be an investment, period. Don't care about landlords. I think what this person's getting at is that housing should be a human right, which I agree with. I wish that were true, but real estate goes up over time. People make a return on it. So it is an investment. But even if the price of housing was cheaper, not everybody wants to buy a house. Sometimes you want a flexible lifestyle. You only live in a city for a year or two, or you don't want to maintain a house. So there have to be landlords to provide rentals. And I would much rather rent from a local mom and pop landlord than a corporate conglomerate. But this also brings us to the housing crisis that we're in. And, real estate is very expensive, mostly because there isn't enough of it. And if nobody was making money off of property, then there would be even less of it. People have to be incentivized to provide housing, offer rentals, and to bring more diversity to the marketplace. Okay, that's the end of my rant. Subscribe for more. Okay, I'm at a construction site now, meeting a builder that Emily knows. So I'm meeting her here.
Hey.
What have you been up to, Emily?
Oh, so much. I had a closing this morning and an offer that got accepted just a couple hours ago.
Big day. That's great.
I'm excited. It's a good day.
Hey, my name's Augustus Bukowski. I'm a local infill developer here in Seattle, also a local mortgage lender, and showing you some of my homes that we're working on right now. So what we had here is there was a big lot. There was a house back here behind us that we'll go look at. What we did is we replaced those two structures with 2 houses and 2 DADUs to create 4 new housing units for the local market. There'll be a little bit of a deck here, so that way you could go hang out, catch some fresh air in the morning, but gives you a really nice luxurious feeling, especially with these big tall ceilings.
So here's one of the DADUs right back here, right? Can we take an aerial shot of it?
1,000 square feet.
So how many bedrooms are there on top there?
2 bedrooms upstairs and 1 bath. The ground floor unit will also have an additional bathroom as well as living space. One of the nice things that we'll do in those DADUs is in the master bedroom, we'll do a vaulted ceiling, which gives it a little bit more height, makes it feel a little bit more bright. We'll put a couple skylights up there. So
I have a vaulted ceiling in my bedroom. It's the best.
Vaulted ceiling in the primary suite, very ideal.
Everybody wants to live this way, right?
How long does a project like this, where you're starting mostly from scratch, right? How long does that take to complete?
If you are buying an existing home that you can place a DADU on, that process is going to be much quicker. You might take a year total, find the property, get the pre-approved permit in about 4 to 6 weeks, and you can build one of these DADUs in about 9 months, give or take. Another month to sell, you got yourself about a year. I mean, yeah, to do this, we had to put in, I want to say we had to put in like $600,000 bucks. So I mean, it's not exactly chump change, and there's not a lot of dudes out there doing it.
That brings up a good point. How many like small scale builders are there like you working on projects like this?
There's a handful of us, and a lot of us know each other. It takes a lot of capital in order to build a new house. The handful of people who are doing it at this scale, which is kind of like small, mid-sized, it might be like a total of maybe like 15 of us, like in the city.
So much for nice weather. It's super interesting that the entire city is being developed by a handful of people. And why legislators aren't talking with people like Augie is beyond me. There have been a number of bills passed this year making projects like this a lot easier, but it's still very hard to build houses. We've been struggling to get Celie to eat healthy lately. All she wants is carbs, but these mac and cheese bites with hidden pureed carrots were really a hit tonight. There's only a few left. You just bake them in these muffin tins. I have this list of potential meals here. We had berry yogurt cups with granola this morning, and those were a hit. So, I don't know, we're making progress, I think. She's in bed at least, not sleeping yet, and Kendall is at a symphony rehearsal. So I think I'm going to tackle putting a shelf up. I put these little brackets behind the couch, basically just going to make like a console table shelf thing behind the couch. I think it's looking a little sad right now.
Okay, we're almost finished with our feature TV wall and we're pretty impressed with it, so I wanted to show. This was the former hearth fireplace. So Alex built the wall out actually to cover the original fireplace. Check it out, it curves around and he curved the trim. I was very impressed, but then he built in this vertical tall shelf, kind of a kid's book shelf right now, and we're kind of working on designing it a little better. We desperately wanted a gas fireplace because, that's where it's at, but the price tag was a bit too much, and we decided we don't have the fireplace on that much anyways. We went with electric, and it is a nice, it adds vibes, right? We get a lot of comments about the Samsung frame, and it was a little bit of a splurge, but honestly not too crazy, and it's so cool. Alex built in the components into the wall, so there's like no cords or anything, and got this light. It's an art light, but we actually wanted light pointing up to bring light to this side of the room, so we thought it would look kind of cool. And then the last bit of our feature wall here is this is a piece of artwork we had. This is actually a self-portrait that my great aunt did of herself, and it was in my grandma's house, and I think my mom had it at one point, and I put dibs on it and got it because I thought it was really cool. Could you call it a gallery wall, TV wall?
Hey, smile. Nice. It's Thursday now, and I've spent maybe like 7 or 8 hours over the course of the week working on the roof of my shed. It's very tiring work, but I did finish one side. That's all done, and it looks pretty good. I'm starting on the other side today. I just have one row of shingles there, and we'll see how much I get done in the next couple hours or so. My body is aching, lots of muscle soreness. I scraped my knuckle on the concrete. I hit my forehead on a table saw trying to get under it and grab some scrap wood. But I'm meeting Emily down in Eastlake to interview somebody. I got a little bit more than halfway up the side of the shed, maybe even another 2 hours. So I'll have to do that tomorrow because on Saturday it's supposed to be very nice, but we're hosting our annual party at the pumpkin patch.
Hey, we are shooting some promo shots for our upcoming homebuyers class that will be happening in a couple weeks' time. I'm super excited. We met with the lender Patrick to go over some of the financials that we'll be providing in the class and to talk about some of the major points that we'll be covering so that you can walk away with so much more knowledge. You can sign up and register via the link below.
Is this California? Back this year for our annual party at the pumpkin patch. Just a nice little client and friend appreciation party that we do. It was great to see everybody. I don't know, we had 120 RSVPs. Not that many showed up, but it was still a good turnout. See you again next year. Good smiling. Good smiling. Okay, I think I finished the roof. It should be watertight. We're gonna find out tomorrow when I think it's gonna be pouring like all day long. I did not finish in time to get any good shots of it, except I did fly the drone a little bit right before dinner. Anyways, I'm very excited about all of this DADU stuff, and I'm going to be continuing to learn more, so subscribe for all of that. And if you're looking to make a home in Seattle, send me a message. Bye.